Here we go.
I can't count that fast. Oh, geez, put me on the spot. Welcome to the Open Color Podcast. I am Corey Bullis with Vishal Sheth, and we back
Finally,
after
2
6
whole weeks.
long years or 2 weeks of podcastlessness. We're here. Quick shout out to those watching our live stream on YouTube, youtube.com/govnc. Thanks for watching, and to everyone who downloaded it on your favorite podcaster, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. It's November.
Is it?
Or is it?
I think
Movember.
It is officially Movember.
So what does one do for Movember?
So, Movember is it started a few years ago, like 7 or 8 or 10 years ago, kind of thing. Some guys in Australia just decided that they were going to grow mustaches for the month of November, and use that as a awareness raising talking point situation, just to kind of raise some money for prostate cancer research, stuff like that. And over the last little while, it's grown to be a much bigger movement, and it started out as just a prostate cancer situation, and then it turned into just testicular cancer as well, and then just general men's health. And in the last few years, they've kind of pushed hard on the mental health side of it, as well as the physical health. So the whole thing is, you shave on November 1st, and you grow your mustache out for the entire month, raise some money. If people ask you what it's about, you raise the awareness. And yeah, so this is my, I think it's my 6th year actually raising money for it. I think I did it before without raising money. I'm about 30, I'm about a third of the way through, and we're about a third of the way in the month. So I'm on pace to get to my goal of $500. And if anyone wants any more information, they can go to movember.com and find out a bunch of different stats about the charity, and stats about prostate cancer and testicular cancer and just men's health and stuff like that. And if you want to donate, you can go to mobro.co/VishalSheth83, and we can leave a link somewhere, probably, right?
Yeah, and podcast description.
Also, Ryan, who is unable to make it today, is also growing his mustache. And if you want to donate to him, it's mobro.co/RigerTiger, RYGERTYGER.
Oh, that's back, eh?
I know.
Riger Tiger.
I saw it and I was like, oh, I haven't heard Riger Tiger in a while.
Can the ladies partake in Movember?
They can. So there's the bros. The bros are called Mo Bros. But there's also a spot for Mo Sisters. And hey, if they want to grow their mustaches, that's cool too. That's up to them, really. But most Mo Sisters around are generally just they're either donating, or they're raising money themselves. Those like sticks with the mustaches on them. Just wear those.
Just hold them for 30 days up at their face.
Yeah. But more Mo Sisters than not are using it just to raise awareness for everyone else as well. Because men's health plays a big part in their lives as well. Sometimes. Just like how we support breast cancer, mental health isn't exclusive to males, and it's good to kind of raise that awareness for everyone. And yeah, so that's my Movember plug. It's looking not too shabby at the moment. It'll get pretty shabby pretty soon, but right now it's not too bad.
No, in the history of this, did they specify exactly why they chose to bring the mustache back?
I think
for the most part, it's been dead and buried since like
it was. I think it was
80s,
more
right?
so just to, have someone ask about it, right? So
right, because again, it's not really something you see much anymore, right?
Exactly. So when it first started, people were like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you growing a mustache?" Because as you said, it's been pretty much dead for a while, and I'm pretty sure it was just to get the conversation started, and it was a pretty easy way to do it. And then their slogan is also changing the face of men's health. Yes,
that makes sense.
You get it. So yeah, there's a bunch of rules drawn out. So you don't just shave down your beard and have a mustache all month long. You start with a clean shaven face on November 1st, and you actually grow out the mustache throughout the month. And then there's other rules like you can't have, what is it? You can't have the mustache attached to the chin hair area, because then it's actually a goatee, and that's illegal apparently. And you can't.
So you can do a Van Dyke though.
Yeah, you can. But you can, and you also can't have your mustache attached to the sideburns, because then it's a beard. The past few years, I've been doing the handlebars. I was asked very politely, I'll say,
so not politely,
by a certain someone.
You were threatened
to not do the handlebars this year, so I'm going with the Mario stash.
Is it the Mario or the Mario?
I still say Mario. It wasn't Mario until Super Mario 64.
Oh yeah, when Mario was talking.
When he finally talked. But also, I'm not Italian, so I don't say Mario.
Quarter Italian, and my whole life, my mom's uncle, I was only ever heard to him be referred to as Mario.
Yep. M's dad is named Mario.
So,
and yeah, it's
Italians, full-blood Italians.
It's always been Mario. But hey, if you're Italian it up. That's how Rocky says it.
Does he?
I don't know. I assume.
So 3 movies in, and you just assume.
I'm on a Rocky kick, so I'm just trying to gear up for Creed 2.
Creed Dose.
Which
that's what next 21st. No, next Friday. Is it next Friday? No, 2 Fridays.
2 Fridays from now. End of the month, I believe.
Yeah. Right? No, 21st. So it's the Thanksgiving week, because it opened. 21st is not a Friday; it's a Wednesday, and then that's the Thanksgiving time. Should be good.
Nice.
I was putting that one off for a while. I don't know why. I guess just didn't have time to watch it, but yeah, sat down, watched the first Creed
recently.
Enjoyed it a couple months ago.
Yeah, I think
a couple years post its actual release, but still.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan did a really good job. I'm pretty excited, and just I think that the actual story will be pretty good. Like, I think it's a good premise for the movie.
Revenge.
Yeah, always.
Revenge is always
a good premise.
We're doing a movie. What do we do? Yeah, I don't know. Let's just do something with revenge in it.
The Revengers.
That's why it was originally Revenge of the Jedi.
That's right.
And then it'll stop, think about it, and say, hey, you know what? But Jedis don't do revenge.
So then
they return.
They just return. They don't. they don't revenge anyone. They return.
They just return. They come back. It's like, oh, you guys are here? Yeah, we're back. We returned. Yeah, what are you guys gonna do? Nothing. We're just back.
We're just back.
Oh man. Nothing else new and exciting in the last couple of weeks?
Last couple of weeks. Not really. Just
living it up.
Yeah, growing this mustache and living life.
Living the dream.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've talked about this before, but Diablo 3 came out on the Switch, and so I got it, of course, and it's been great. I loved it on the PC.
Yep.
I loved it on the PlayStation, and it's even better on the Switch. If only it's pretty much it's actually exactly the same on the Switch. The nice difference is I can play it anywhere, which has been like the story of the Switch. Like everything's the exact same. It might not be any better or any worse, but the fact that I can take it anywhere and play it is like it's a huge plus. But
walking around with it, not lugging your desktop around.
Yeah, that they got mad at me for doing that. plug in my mouse and everything.
Yeah, come over a table or desk.
Guys, let me have the
21-inch monitor here. You got to put extra power wire so I can plug in my speakers.
That's right.
So yeah, since we've been off for
I can't do that.
Been off for 2.5 weeks, I guess, since the last one dropped, or since we recorded it and it dropped. So a lot of stuff to catch up on, but we'll let's keep within the video game realm, and I'll start here. So we've talked about before that PlayStation Network has finally allowed gamers to change their PlayStation Network names.
Oh yeah, gamertag is Xbox.
Yeah, so they have that open for some PlayStation Plus members for beta testing. Now, before that opened, they sent out an alert to those willing to try this. And essentially they're saying is if you change your name, there is a chance that you may lose your game saves, your purchases, and your trophies. So
I don't get that though. Like why would that matter? Why would that actually like I can't remember. I assume that when I signed up for it, I had to sign up with an email address.
Yeah.
Right. So why would any of the game saves or purchases or anything be saved with the like PlayStation username and not the email address?
That's a very good question. Now it comes down to, I guess, when Sony created their network, I guess their gamer tags or their PSN names, they tied to your account. So by changing your account name, to them it recognizes as a new account, and that's what they're trying to fix. Unlike Microsoft, where you set up your account, but then you create your gamer tag after the fact, and you just link them. Same thing with Nintendo. Sony didn't think about that. They just lumped it all into one entity on their network.
It seems really short-sighted. But I guess
absolutely.
If they didn't plan on having this in the first place, then they were like, oh, we don't really need to worry about it because we're not going to allow them to change it anyway. Which is also like why would that be a thing?
Oh, so they say it in their warning. Says to those who change their PSN names, you may be affected by the following ways: loss of access to content, including paid for content acquired for their games, including add-ons and virtual currency; loss of game progress, including game save data, leaderboard data, and progress towards trophies. Parts of games and applications may not function properly, either online or offline as well. Again, because the previous online IDs may remain visible to users and other players in some places. This may lead to many users to express their frustrations on social media, blah, 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 blah. So basically, you want to try it, you risk losing everything and starting over, which then is what people were, I think, were doing anyway when they wanted to change their names.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, like if they wanted to change their names, they would just start a whole new account anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think a lot of people would have also not changed their name because they had to start over.
I guess it all really depends, though, right? Like if it's a brand new PlayStation and...
Did you change yours?
I'm on this beta program, so...
Oh, okay.
I think my Sony PlayStation is just my first and last name.
But there was something you were changing that you had to go last name first or something? And then you changed it finally to be even with everything else?
No, this would be the last thing. If I change this, it'll be the same for everything.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the one. But then again, I would lose all my stuff. Possibly.
Maybe. You might not.
Maybe. So I saw this last week. Somebody has been able to take Super Mario Odyssey and play it on an emulator on their computer.
Really?
So most of us associate emulators with being able to play old content from like outdated, surrendered, superseded systems like GameCube, N64, Super Nintendo, whatever. But yeah, this is the first current gen game on the market that someone was able to take.
Didn't they? I thought people had Zelda working on, like the Breath of the Wild working on PC somehow.
Not that I've seen, but this one I saw it. It's pretty good. There's a few slowdowns and glitches, but that's what happens. But they say it's pretty playable. So
now,
who needs a Switch?
I do.
Because we have a laptop.
It still goes back to the play it anywhere.
Well, I had that was the whole thing, right? With the PlayStation Vita, is that you're supposed to be able to play anywhere, and then you can play your content from your PlayStation.
Yeah.
You just need a good internet connection.
But you did make that work.
I never did it outside the house because by the time I had unlimited internet, this was already like I was done with that.
Yeah,
I was able to remote play from like the basement to the upstairs, but then you get some lag and stuff.
Yeah,
it's never great. It's like anything; like it's only as good as the signal that you have. Same with the internet.
Yeah. And yeah, pretty much it for gaming. Other than Super Smash coming out soon.
I did see this article. I don't know if you saw this. I'll do this quickly and we can go into what you just thought of. Somebody actually posted or did I think it was the NPD group compiled a list of the top selling video games in the US from 1995 to 2017. And this includes both physical and digital numbers. I won't go through the whole thing, but any guesses of what you think one of the games may have been top selling when you're into gaming, like say 95?
NHL 94?
No. Well, I'll just quickly. So from 95, it was Mortal Kombat 3.
Whoa, okay.
When we get into the more recent years, you'll start to sense the pattern here. 96, what was the big thing that came out in 96?
NHL 96?
So it was Nintendo 64. So Super Mario 64. Followed by Mario Kart 64. Zelda. 99 was Donkey Kong. So again, every year when 64 was out, basically their biggest games was Pokemon Stadium was 2000. 2001 Madden NFL 2002. 2002 was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. What I find funny with all these years is that Grand Theft Auto 3 was never like you figure that would have been the huge one, but Vice City was the one of the year.
That got everyone into it.
Yeah. 03 was Madden 04. 04 was San Andreas. I remember when that came out, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
It's too much.
Well, it was too much. It was just everywhere was trying to get it. It was sold out everywhere I went, and then I got it and I played it for like an hour, and I was like, I'm bored. It's just in Vice City. There's no 80s music. It's all hip hop.
Yeah.
The next 2 years was Madden again, 06 and 07. And then we get into the fads of 2007 with Guitar Hero 3. 08 was Rock Band. And then 09 was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
When is Call of Duty starting? Because I feel like that's going to be it for the rest of...
So 09, 10, 11, and 12 was Call of Duty. 13 was Grand Theft Auto 5. And then...
Back to the Call of Duty.
Back to the Call of Duty all this year.
That's crazy. That's been, that kind of game, first-person shooter game, like, has just not been my type of game, except for GoldenEye. GoldenEye doesn't count. It's everyone's type of game.
But I say,
even though it never won a game, never outsold it.
It's everyone's game, yet nobody bought it.
Yeah, because everyone else had it already.
Pretty much, everyone got it at certain points throughout the year, so it never really took off. But yeah, like to your point, it's a slight variation year over year, and yet everyone's getting it. I don't understand.
Oh, I mean, you mentioned all those years of Madden being the most bought game, and I mean, all the sports games are. I mean, we can attest to all the NHL ones being extremely slight variations year over year. I assume it's the same with Madden, with the graphics getting a lot better than NHL's getting year over year. But I think it's got to just be like it's one of those things where I feel like instead of releasing a new game, you could just release new maps, like DLCs,
or do like with the Grand Theft Auto 5 method, where it's all just DLC.
Yeah,
doing new content for strictly the online portion of it. So you have this 6-7-year-old game that's while outdated, they keep updating the multiplayer aspect of it.
Yeah, that's true. That would be. It's because like what's really.
Well, with Call of Duty, it's got to be. I think the only thing they change year over year is the type of war it is. Like, you have Black Ops, and then you have WW1. Then you have back to current day. Then you have probably like Vietnam or whatever.
Yeah. It's just it's weird. And like I never played those games. I did have Halo for a short amount of time when we all had Xboxes, because that's
what you did.
Yeah, like that was
the Mario, right?
I was gonna say that was the Sonic the Hedgehog of Xbox games. And I tried doing the missions and I didn't have fun. And then I tried doing the online stuff and I had way less fun because it was not fun being so terrible at a game.
Okay, I was watching something and someone threw a comment. He was interviewing somebody and this guy was going on about Fortnite, asking if he played it, and he's just like, I have a job and a family, so when I do have time to play something, the last thing I want to do is go online, because I don't have 18 hours a day to sit and get good at something.
Absolutely.
So when I get in and I'm on a team with someone, a 13-year-old who is at home, had his tonsils out, has done nothing but play video games, is going to kick my ass. And that, again, as you said, that's not a fun experience. So I'd rather just, if I'm going to video game, I'll do a mission or something, or find something that's of interest and do it on my own time and my own speed, and not worry about doing online.
Well, that's pretty much
That is
how
why TFT was shitting and playing hockey.
exactly that was it.
With NHL.
It's not we didn't have all the time to practice together, and as much as we played the game, like do our like be a pro or whatever it was called, do the seasons and all that stuff. Like it's not the same as playing on the same team as someone. And yeah, we were not good. We almost won that one.
Yeah, our best performance to date is when that one guy, which I convinced inadvertently selected goalie,
Yeah,
and gave up 6 goals, and then they quit.
let's
And
see.
we went by default.
Yeah, we're taking that win. And if we don't talk about any other game we played, we are undefeated.
That's right. So the MPAA did a study over regarding major films released over the last 50 years, and discovered that the majority of them were all rated R, which I was surprised by.
Like 53% or something.
Yeah, they broke down. Was it the 50th anniversary report comes with the bevy of broken down statistics over the last 50 years, classifications and ratings following the replacement of the Hays Code by the MPAA rating systems in 1968. Report states that nearly of the nearly 30,000 films given classifications by the major motion picture association of America, 17,000 were rated R. 5,500 were the like PG. 4,900 were PG-13, 1,500 were G, and the NC-17 X-rated films, which can be viewed by 18 years older, clocked in at 524.
It seems like
there you go.
They're playing pretty like fast and loose with that R rating, though. Like I don't really remember. I guess it's movies that aren't, the major releases that are in theaters and stuff like that could be getting.
I think in the States, there's very strict guidelines. Like I think if a woman's topless, it's an R.
Yeah.
If it shows both breasts, it's an R. If you drop 2 F-bombs, it's an R. I think really when it comes to violence, it's just if you can be pretty graphic as long as there's no blood.
But yeah, like 300 was not rated R because they never showed blood hitting the ground kind of thing. It was like barely. They did it really well, actually. It still seems like a lot of R-rated movies, but
yeah, I gotta assume most of these have to be comedies.
What's that?
I think most of them had to have been comedies, just because of language.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like how many movies was Seth Rogen in 1 year, or Jonah Hill? Because they're not in PG-13 films.
That's not how homie plays.
Oh man, it's weird to think like as readily available content is in life, we still have like a system like this where we have to monitor what people are going to spend their own money to see.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you have a cigarette in this. That's an R. Okay, cigarette's gone. Okay, well,
okay.
You only showed that one.
Disney, here's PG rated.
Yeah. And
with TV shows, like obviously there's a lot less smoking in TV shows now, but there was those episodes of Friends where people were smoking and stuff like that. And it's like, does that all of a sudden, bump up the rating for those shows specifically? Because like, it's a weird thing that's changed, right? Like it's not weird that it's changed, but you pretty much never see anyone smoking in TV shows anymore or movies.
No, I think if it's like set in a certain time period, they'll have someone pop out a cigarette. Like had nothing to watch the other day, so I did my annual rewatching of Ghostbusters.
Yes.
And again, just like having, Ray walking around with the dart in his mouth, like with his proton pack on, and his PKE meter, and just going around like,
that's dangerous.
Didn't need a cigarette. Or when they come busted in with like all these ghost traps smoking, and him and Venkman got cigarettes in their mouth, just chatting with the thing bouncing around.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like some channels have different guidelines on what they can and cannot do just based on the time. Like ABC, basically all their shows are quasi family friendly at the 8 o'clock hour. But then at 10 o'clock when NYPD Blue was on, they're saying shit. There's asses being shown and stuff like that. And I even heard AMC has, I think, is it a 2 F-bomb rule in place for Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. So they can say once or twice a season, can have it in an episode, and it's not a problem.
Really?
And only Fear the Walking Dead has done it, I think, twice. And Walking Dead has not, but they're allowed to do it if they want to in their scripts, which is funny given the gory nature.
So much other stuff.
Walking Dead's like, hey, we can't throw in an F-bomb. That's too much.
You guys be dead and walk around all you want, but you.
But hey, no cussing. And I guess speaking of
Walking Dead,
too much. I guess with Walking Dead. So Simpsons are going to get rid of Apu. We talked about the documentary and the controversy, and now he's going away, according to Adi Shankar. Sorry. They said that they were
Otam Shank. Otam Shank.
So obviously Tom Hanks.
So good.
They launched a contest, The Simpsons, to get challenging young writers to craft a specific spec script for the spec script for The Simpsons to like refresh Apu. And then I guess they just said, no, we'll just get rid of them.
Yeah, like none of these ideas are good. I wonder how they're going to do it. They're just going to kill him off, or him be like, oh, the kids are all grown up now, and I have to.
I just wonder if they'll do like Lionel Hutz or Troy McClure, and he's just gone.
Yeah, just. But like,
where'd Apu go? He died.
Yeah. I don't know. He was all high. It's because they.
Is it an overreaction, or?
I think it's just a. I don't want to say mix-up, but like. I think that it's a bit of an overreaction, but it's also just people not like taking things a little out of context. The joke of him being. Not the joke, the stereotype, of him being a convenience store clerk. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's. It's part of the show, It was like when we were talking about things like, I can't remember. It was like a bunch of episodes ago that we had, but about how Friends is like super homophobic and all that, but like it was a different time, and at this point you wouldn't start a new show with all these stereotypes maybe, but when you're, what season is Simpsons in now? 34? 30? I thought it was more than, your characters are established. They're not just new characters that you're tossing in, being like, oh, you know what? Now we need to have, this kind of person driving the bus. We need to have this kind of person teaching English. We need to have this kind of person at a convenience store. They're established characters in their established roles. And I don't know. We didn't have a problem with Apu being Apu 30 years ago.
haven't watched a newer episode in a while. I wonder if Homer still strangles Bart.
Oh yeah.
Now that we're thinking of things that you shouldn't be doing now.
Also, it's been 30 years, Maggie. Like, let's walk a little bit. Let's say a few words.
Should have got off the pod, eh?
That's right.
Yeah, what else? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of that outside of
really, like, yeah,
just strangling your kid for 30 years.
Maybe that's why his growth is so stunted.
Maybe. So anti-growth hormones.
That's why he lashes out.
Recluse kid. And then I guess the biggest thing that came up while we're off was that we have some new details on Disney's new Netflix arrival, Disney Plus.
Right. Disney
it's official launch date of 2019. Easy BlackBerry.
Only soon.
It will be home to all of its past title catalogs, as they'll be stripping content from Netflix, as well as new original series, including new content from the likes of Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar. So, from the way I understand it, is that when you open Disney Plus, it acts as a central hub, and then from there you pick the type of content you want, whether it's from Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, and then you get presented a whole new hub, and then you have all the stuff there.
I didn't realize that. Would they? But they must have some sort of universal search as well. Like,
I'm sure.
Right? You know, if I want to search for Avengers, I don't have to go into Marvel and then find it.
Yeah, someone kind of said like they're treating this almost like they do their parks. Like you show up at Magic Kingdom, but then you have Epcot, you have was it the Animal Kingdom, and then you have
Universal,
Hollywood Studios. So yeah, they're expecting this to launch after they finalize the deal with Fox. So then they'll have all those properties. But some of the new series they're talking about doing, one which is already in production, that's the Mandalorian, the one by Jon Favreau and set in the Star Wars universe. They're also going to do a spin-off series set in the Rogue One, I guess, timeline with Diego Luna's character for that movie. They'll also bring back the Star Wars: The Clone Wars for a new season. But then on the Marvel side, we're going to have a Loki series that's been confirmed, as well as the Scarlet Witch series. All right. Sure. Okay. And then a Falcon / Winter Soldier series.
It just sounds like the best buddy cop. Like just the most ridiculous joke. One-liners.
One Winter Soldier, the other's part Falcon. Together, they're all kinds of trouble. Then also, which I didn't hear anything of, but they're going to be doing a series set in the Monsters Inc. universe.
Oh, really?
And that's going to be done by Pixar.
Makes sense.
So I'm interested. I want to know if it's going to have like Mike and Sully, or focus on some of the lesser characters, or I don't know.
Yeah, because they have. How many Monsters Inc. movies are there? Just the two?
Two. Well, just Monsters Inc.
and
one, and then Monsters University, the prequel.
I thought they had a third one, but yeah, I think I would, if I was to watch that, I'd prefer watching it with the main characters and not just like some offshoot characters. But Disney knows better than me. They have a better idea of what
they know.
Yeah, I mean, they've been making money for a while.
Yeah, that's true, and they keep making money. They've already. It was I think a couple days ago. They said they have already made back what they spent to acquire Lucasfilm.
Wow. Did they also? They have Avatar too, right?
Once they close with the deal with Fox, they'll own Avatar.
Oh my god, that's gonna be insane. I was reading this thing about
What's more insane, the fact that they're going to own it now, or that Fox was planning on doing 5 sequels?
Just the fact that they own it. I think I was reading this thing about how Avatar has like the first Avatar made so much money that it was, what was it? Avengers Infinity War, which I think is number 4 on the list, plus another movie that was also like really, really good. Still, like if you add both of those up, they still wouldn't match Avatar's like record of 2 point whatever quadrillion dollars. 2.7.
Oh, so you're talking about worldwide gross, not domestic.
Yeah, worldwide. And then just based on that, at least the next Avatar, if not the other ones, is probably gonna just rake in so much money.
Oh, maybe it's been what? When did that come out?
Years.
2009. So
9 years.
Yeah, and then there's still one day.
It's gonna come out next year. So yeah, 10 years.
So yeah, 2.788 is Avatar. Number 4 is Avengers Infinity War, which is 2 billion and 46.
Oh, I think it was that and Ant-Man. Was Ant-Man around 700?
The first Ant-Man?
Yeah.
That guy.
Because I think it was those 2 movies or something, but it was just like crazy.
Their best movie and their worst movie?
Yeah. Hey, well, like maybe their worst gross.
Well, sorry, performing movie.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. I just recently rewatched, and before I put on, like, I was going through movies to watch, and I was like, this is the only one to date where I haven't like seen and rewatched shortly after it came out.
Yeah,
because I've had this for a while and I haven't watched it yet. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not really into Ant-Man. Like Infinity War, I've already seen like 5 times since it came out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just one of those ones where I'll just throw on because it makes me feel warm and toasty inside. It's a culmination of everything, right? And I can't wait for the next one, so it gets me stoked for
the whole year.
Whenever I think whenever the trailer comes out, I'm gonna have to not watch it, rewatch the movie, then just watch that trailer again.
I'm gonna do everything I can to not watch it, but I have a feeling they will show the trailer for that at
every movie you see from here on out.
Absolutely, but especially at Captain Marvel. So if I want to watch trailers, I'm gonna have to watch that one, and I am gonna want to watch trailers. So,
what is the next big release coming up that could possibly be attached to? Because they said it's going to come up before the end of the year.
Got to be. What's coming? There's something coming out in December that's going to be great.
So, yeah, Fantastic Beasts on the 16th.
Yeah.
You know, it might be with Wreck-It Ralph. It's Disney.
Could be.
Oh, you know what's probably going to be with? The 2018 re-release of Schindler's List.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You know it's got to be at the beginning of that one.
Can you imagine?
Oh, so
given about how they killed everybody, half the universe in Infinity War can be attached to Schindler's List.
If you guys like genocide, do we have the movie?
Peep this trailer.
Oh, that's so bad.
Speaking of which, Remembrance Day is on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know. It might surprise you and get people to go see Once Upon Deadpool.
Yeah. Why are they doing that?
Oh, just get into that in a second. Let's actually
next up
plug some stuff. So 80stees.com. They've been with us for a while here. So if you like fun shirts, sweaters, other memorabilia of 80s and 90s, like what Michelle's wearing that some of you can't see if you're listening. Go to 80stees.com, enter the promo code OpenColor30 to check out to save yourself 30% on your purchase. That's 80stees.com. Celebrate your inner 80s kid with the Raditz Retro t-shirt and pop culture gear. Now, there's a good reason for that. If you listen to the press release. So Ryan Reynolds said after they announced that they're doing Once Upon Deadpool, which is, for those uninitiated, it's a recut of the film to a PG-13 standard. So, make more money. So he said that basically ever since they did this, they were going to do Deadpool, the Fox has been basically asking him to do it since then because something smaller. And he said that he would do it if proceeds went to his charity, Fuck Cancer, which they're renaming for the promotion of this to Fudge Cancer because, PG-13. So that's kind of what it is. It's just to let kids see it and give some money to charity.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about before, like, how hard is it really for kids to go see Deadpool right now? Like when it was out, even if it was R-rated, how hard was it for the people who wanted to go see it to go see it?
I think that depends on the age group of kids and their means to get to a theater to see it.
Yeah.
Like if we're talking like 8, 9, 10-year-olds who can't just be dropped off at a theater to go see a movie. If we're talking probably the ones that would go see it, like, a 14, 15-year-old, they're going to get in and see it.
Yeah.
Or just get an older sibling or a sibling of a friend who's a bit older, get them in.
But even parents, like, I don't think there's that many parents stopping people going to see Deadpool if they've seen the first one,
Right.
But I wonder about if the movie will suffer, like if the story will suffer. I don't think so, because I feel like that was my main issue with Logan, was that they were just trying too hard to make it an R-rated movie. And if
that scene with the pickup when it breaks down,
where he's just
and it says like FFFF just for like 2 minutes,
like, as much as he can. It's like, oh, we paid for this R rating, like we're gonna get our fuck's worth. But I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, I didn't like Deadpool 2 because of the R-rated stuff. So,
like, spite of the R rating.
Yeah. So it could work out.
I'm curious. Have you like read about it more, or like what they've done to
No.
their new framing device? So essentially, it's from what like the promotional image that they've shown is it's kind of Deadpool is reading. It looks like he's reading a storybook to Fred Savage, I Love the Princess Bride. So Fred Savage is in his bed, like in The Princess Bride, and Deadpool's sitting in the chair, like his grandfather, and reading him, I guess, the story of Deadpool 2 in a Santa hat. So I'm curious just for that. I won't go see it just for that, but I'm curious to see how it works. But while we're on Deadpool and Ant-Man, and Stan Lee popping up in all these Marvel movies, and Venom especially, since we're both big fans, I got to think, just because Marvel's name on it, should Stan Lee have a cameo if he had nothing to do with the creation of those characters?
I don't think so, but
but he's in everything now.
I get why they're doing it, because most people just associate Marvel with Stan Lee now. They don't know what he was a major part of, a minor part of, or not part of at all. But
I do.
Exactly. But most people don't. So they just
when he popped up at Venom, like, no, Todd McFarlane and what's his face? I can't remember his name. Escapes me at the moment. They created Venom. You didn't.
But
Rob Liefeld created Deadpool. Stan Lee didn't.
He's like the super old face of Marvel right now. That's the only reason.
And that's the other thing too. He hasn't been part of Marvel since like the late 90s.
Exactly.
So most of these kids going to see these movies don't know who Stan Lee is and don't know that he did at some point have an affiliation with those characters.
Exactly. But now it's like it's a running thing that I guess they don't have to keep up, but they want to, because why not? It makes him a little bit of extra bread.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they're non-paying gigs.
Well, I'm sure he's getting enough from the fact that it just says Marvel everywhere.
No, I don't think he gets a piece of Marvel anymore. I think that's all.
He
sold all that stuff off. I'm fairly certain, because he sold everything away, because Marvel went bankrupt a long time ago.
For the fun of it, he's like, guys, I'm an actor.
Yeah, he has his own. Was it Powell Entertainment? That's his nest egg now. Nerd alert.
Yeah.
Let's perhaps take a break on some of the geek stuff here and segue over to some sportings. Now that we're in the thick of everything, baseball's over, NFL's in full swing. We're 3 weeks now on NBA.
Yep.
Enjoying the Raptors play thus far.
Yeah,
they won again.
I'm pleasantly surprised that they are doing as well as they are.
Beat the Knickerbockers today.
They did it.
I was worried when it was 2-0 Knicks at the start of the first quarter. I'm like, oh God, here we go. This is where everything falls apart. You guys missed your first basket, and the Knicks come in and they get 2 off of it. Oh God,
it's pretty much over at that point. But
so anything going on with the NBA so far that you're surprised with? This Jimmy Butler saga? The Lakers?
The Lakers, I think I'm probably the most surprised with, but at the same time, like, kind of not. I'm not like expecting them to lose a bunch, but it is surprising seeing how, like, you know, LeBron James in general, like, basketball is one of the sports where one person actually can make a huge difference. Like someone can take over a game. Michael Jordan did it almost all the time in Chicago. You know, they're down 30 points, and it was basically a pass it to Will situation. Just get it, just get it to him. Let Michael Jordan do his thing. If he doesn't get you back, he'll at least get you really close. And LeBron James is that kind of player as well. But it's just not working out as well, I guess, that way. So I don't know. I think that's the most surprising, only because I didn't expect them to lose this often this early. Because that's not what happened in Miami. You know, they pretty much hit the ground running in Miami when he went there. I mean, they played together, I guess, at the Olympics the year before that, but how much practice is that really?
They practice?
Yeah.
It's the dream team, man.
Exactly. But yeah, other than that, like, trades and stuff, I'm like meh on. And the Warriors, I guess, I thought would also be doing a little better. And I'm surprised again at how poorly the Rockets are doing. It's not unexpected, but I'm still kind of surprised at them not doing so great.
How about the Bucks being number 1 in the East?
Yeah, that's weird. Just weird. But again, it's, like early. 3 weeks in. Yeah, we're early on, and there's a lot of basketball to be played. So
Good times. And don't think I mentioned it. We may have mentioned it briefly before, but so there's now a season ticket drive for a possible Maritime Halifax team in the CFL.
really,
Yeah, I think that's just started. The CFL commissioner was over there. I guess maybe they're not hasn't been approved yet. They're kind of interested to see how things go, but it's a very good chance that we might have another Canadian Football League team this time out east.
how many we have? What, 8
8, yeah.
league? So they'd go to 9, or would they try and sneak in 2 and get to 10?
No, I think they just
Seems like
do the one more.
an odd number.
Now I'm confused. No, it is 9.
There's 9 right now.
Yeah, it's Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, Hamilton, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal.
Yeah, that's 9.
Shows how much we pay attention
Yeah,
as Canadians.
Yeah, okay, so then jumping it up to 10, I think that's good.
I do find it funny. There's 10 or 9 teams. It's football. They have a point system.
Yeah,
for wins and losses. Like, you only have 2 options: you win or you lose. Why is there points?
Oh, there shouldn't be points for anything. We talked about the game's back situation. That's the best way to do it.
Nice, clean win-loss columns.
Yeah. It's not like, yeah, exactly.
Do a quick segue over to hockey. What do you think of Joel Quenneville getting fired?
And
then hear the stories that they've been trying to do it for years, but the team just kept winning.
Yeah, I didn't.
Isn't that mind-boggling?
I think it's.
Oh, you didn't hear that?
No, I didn't hear that part. That's wild.
Bowman and the ownership group been wanting to get rid of him for years, but then they won a cup, and then they were like, okay, well, maybe this is the year we'll get him, and they won another cup. And I guess they missed the playoffs last year, and they're struggling a bit this year. That like, okay, now we'll get rid of him.
Reason
rather than just wait until the year's over, because they're likely not going to make the playoffs. But now you're going to pay him to sit at home or until someone else picks him up.
Yeah,
people aren't smart.
I thought I read somewhere that he had a quote out there, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, that was like, "If I were them, I'd fire me," or something like that. Like just something along those lines. Like, you know, the way that this team's been performing and the way that, by extension, the way he's been performing, that he should not be with the team anymore. Yeah. Which I thought was weird. I don't know. I I heard a few kind of people's opinions on it, and they were like, how do you fire someone that's won so much and has done so much for the team and blah blah blah. But like, he hasn't won. He didn't win last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of like, it's just a weird thing. Like, I thought it was weird that the Raptors, fired the coach of the year. Like, that's, like, if you won coach of the year, you're obviously doing something right. And just because your team didn't win, like, that's still a good kind of stepping stone to the next year. But if they had kept him on and then this year they didn't do anything, then yeah, like, why not fire him and get something new, or try something new. But I don't think that Joe Quenneville should have just gotten a pass for like previous years, especially because when was the last time they won? 2 years ago? 3.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4.
3. So like, not that it should always be a "what have you done for me lately" criteria, but Chicago hasn't been, they've been on a decline for a couple of years. It could have been his fault. It could just be that their players are getting older and they're not providing enough young talent or whatever. But I'm like, I'm less upset about it, I guess. Not upset, but you
Upset.
know, upset. I'm sad. He's Chicago. But he was the longest tenured coach as of the time that he was fired, right? Like that was another thing is he's been with Chicago for however long, and no other coach on any other team has been with that team for that long. Um, but I mean that's another reason. Like, all right, your time here. Like, thank you for all the years of coaching, and thank you for all the cups. And when they weren't winning cups, they were at least getting to the finals. Um, but
There's the door.
now it's time to go. And like that's another thing is if he's that good of a coach, like he's not going to have any trouble finding or like there's not going to be another team that's not going to want him. He's got a history of winning, so I'm sure he won't be jobless for too long.
Yeah, it just means someone else has to get fired.
Yeah, it happens.
And we're 2 weeks away from Tiger and Phil showdown on Thanksgiving.
What is that about? I saw that. I'm a big fan of both of them, but I'm still like I do not understand why this is happening. Like both of you are essentially out of your prime. Tiger's trying to claw his way back in a little bit, but
Pun
Phil,
intended.
Yeah, like Phil, like you're done. I'm sorry. Just kind of slum it for a couple of years and then get back in when you to the like senior PGA. But Tiger's making a bit of a
you're gonna watch
comeback.
it.
I do not.
You're gonna watch it. I know
I'm gonna watch it for sure. It's two of my favorite golfers, but I'm still not gonna understand why they're doing it. Just like
it's not like a
we
Mayweather and McGregor thing, right? That's funny. Yeah, and then what? It's like, and there's like a friendly bet on it too, right?
Yeah, something stupid.
5 million or something like that, or $1 million.
Yeah,
$18 million. $1 million per hole. It's the skins game. So that would be more exciting
if they did like
skins.
$1 million a hole.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I don't understand it. I will be watching it, but it's not going to be something that I'm not going to be cheering anyone on. Well, actually, no, I'll be cheering Tiger on because
he needs a win.
He needs, yeah.
Not just his second place finish.
That second place.
That was I watched that. That was good times.
I couldn't believe the crowd. I was like, this is reminiscent of like him in his heyday.
Yeah. So look at that. It's 97 all over again.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's doing it.
So since we had some time off, I was able to track down an odd story reminiscent of our olden story days. Now, this one isn't animal related, but I did find it funny that it was something that was ongoing that just now has been ex-nayed. Under Armour employees are now no longer allowed to claim strip club visits as expenses. So under old company rules, Under Armour used to foot the bill for all strip club visits, according to the Wall Street Journal. So now the athletic apparel company emailed employees earlier this year informing them that this practice is no longer allowed. The company tells CNBC that it will continue to address inappropriate behavior as it strives to create a respectful and inclusive workplace.
The Hooters.
Oh, man.
Yeah, when I saw that headline, I was like, wait, what? Like I had to read it a couple of times to make sure I read what I actually read.
Just imagine, phoning in to confirm the story and just like Pete's like, yeah. No, like You guys did this? Yeah.
But not anymore.
Oh wait, no, we didn't do it. Well, we did, but we're not doing it. Damn it. Meanwhile, he's in the club. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean I can't write this off anymore? Just imagine walking in with your receipts, just putting it down. Yeah, I need to.
I'm gonna need to accept it. Just charge it to the company. Oh my god!
It's Halloween night. All those breakfast buffets now.
I was only there for lunch.
I was just there to find out how to get away from there.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's wrap this up with another stellar bad dad joke. So Michelle, what did the ocean say to the shore?
What is that, Corey?
Nothing, it just waved.
Oh,
God. All right, that's open caller for this year. I mean, this week, this month, whenever. Follow us socially at facebook.com/open caller podcast and on Twitter and Instagram at open caller pod. Also, you want to donate to the Movember cause, hit Michelle up at what's that link again?
mobro.co/VishalSheth83.
For Michelle and myself, this is Corey reminding you to keep it casual. Yeah, I don't know if you go into the episode.